Here we are, September 2022 market update for Loudoun County. It's a crazy real estate market. I'll do my best to provide some clarity for you. Last month, I looked at supply. This month, I'll be looking at demand. And what I use to help me with that is what's called the Home Demand Index. It's an index created by the local MLS, pulling data such as viewings of properties online, setting appointments, actually making appointments and going to see properties. So it's all pre-sale activity, super useful when it's used to determine demand. And right now in Loudoun County, the demand is actually really healthy. The number is a solid number. It's a steady number indicating that there are people, buyers out there looking at homes, viewing properties online, looking at pictures, and actually booking appointments. So that's a really good number. What I find really interesting, however, is that there is not more activity as far as sales. There's not a lot of homes that have gone to closing, and there's not a lot of homes that are under contract according to the MLS. And this might be a little contrary to what we would all believe, considering how strong the demand is. But I would like to point out a couple things that, in a way, make it a little bit more logical for us to understand. And I look at it from the perspective of the people that I'm showing homes to right now. And I think there's just a lot of uncertainty in the market in general, not just real estate, but overall in the economy. You've got a Federal Reserve chairman who made a speech last week about there's going to be pain in the future in order to break inflation. There's a negative inverted yield curve that just keeps getting bigger when it comes to government bonds, which is a huge indicator of predicting a recession in the future. And you've got a stock market that is taking multiple days with huge losses. So I think in general, buyers out there are maybe a little bit concerned about where we go from here when it comes to the economy. So it doesn't surprise me that these people are actually looking, but maybe a little bit hesitant to making an offer and writing a contract. What I will say also, based on what I see in the market, and it's just me being out there in the market, showing homes, listing homes, is that the homes that are listed that show really well, that don't have any objections, that are basically turnkey, and they're priced appropriately, they sell really quickly. There's two great examples, both in Leesburg. There's one on Lakeview over behind Morven Park. List price $925, sold in one weekend because it showed great. There's another one on Periwinkle that's on the other side of town in Leesburg. 2 weeks ago, again, great property, priced a little bit lower at $725, but great curb appeal, no major objections for any potential buyer, and it was priced right. Again, that one went in the first weekend. So I think the point here is that if you have a home that's going to show well, you can expect it to sell quickly. For every home like Periwinkle or Lakeview, there's probably 5, however, that have become stagnant, that have been on the market for more than a few weeks. They might have some issues with updates, lot size or privacy or something like that. And those are the properties that are kind of becoming stagnant. The issue here I find is that if you are looking for a home that is perfect, you can expect to have some competition. But as a buyer, if you're willing to accept a home that maybe is not perfect and you're willing to do some updates, I think you've got a great opportunity, assuming that you feel good about your job and the economy in the future. And I perfectly understand if those are some of the things that make you worried. If you're selling a house, I think it's important to understand that pricing is going to be super important going into the fall. If you don't have that perfect house that shows turnkey and that there are no objections, then you're probably going to have to get aggressive with price, or be willing to be patient and take that listing into the fall where there might be a little bit more relief. There might be a little bit more clarity as far as what the economy's doing and getting those buyers to actually make a decision. I'm here not to sell you anything or convince you to buy a house or sell a house. I hope I am just providing some market data that makes sense to you. And also, I have an opinion. It's not gospel. It's just my opinion about what I see in the market. And I hope you find that it's useful. If you have any questions about the real estate market here in Leesburg, Loudoun County, please reach out. I'm glad to chat. I'll talk to you soon.